Okay, so it's 3 in the morning. You're just staring at the ceiling. The house is dead silent, but your brain is, like, screaming. You roll over, you look at the clock, and you immediately start doing the math.
Oh, the math.
Okay, though I fall asleep right this second, I can get exactly 3 hours and 12 minutes.
And that's it. The moment you do the math, it's over. You're not going back to sleep.
Exactly. The more you worry about not sleeping, the more awake you feel. It's just,
Yeah.
it's the cruelest thing.
It really is the universal struggle. I mean, I don't think there's a single person listening who hasn't had that 3 a.m. panic moment.
Right.
Whether it's full-on insomnia or just feeling kind of foggy and gross in the morning, or even just thinking, am I bad at sleeping?
Which is why I am genuinely excited about the research we're getting into today. We are doing a deep dive into the work of Dr. Michael Bruce.
The sleep doctor.
The sleep doctor, yeah. And what I love about this guy's background is that he's a clinical psychologist, been doing this for 26 years.
Yeah.
But get this, he's one of the only people in the world who passed the sleep medical boards without actually going to medical school.
Which tells you something. That's a level of obsession, you know?
Exactly. I think we're going to benefit from that obsession.
I think so, too. And Bruce is so different from the usual, drink some chamomile tea advice. He focuses on the biology. He treats sleep like a performance activity.
A performance activity. I like that.
It's not passive. You don't just shut down like a laptop. It is an active metabolic recovery process for your brain.
We have a lot to cover today, and I saw some stuff in the notes that looked, frankly, a little weird.
Yeah.
I saw a reference to boiling fruit.
Oh, the banana tea.
And something called a naplet.
The naplet is going to change your life. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but the chemistry is completely solid.
Okay, I'm skeptical, but I'm listening.
Oh.
So their mission for this deep dive is to get past Get 8 Hours and actually unpack a real toolkit for high-performance sleep. Where do we even start?
We have to start with the mechanics. To really understand how to hack your sleep, you have to understand the two systems in your brain that control it. Bruce calls them sleep drive and sleep rhythm.
Okay, sleep drive first. Is that just how tired you are?
Essentially, yeah. He compares it to hunger. You don't eat for 6 hours, you get hungry. You don't sleep, your sleep drive builds. But what's actually building up, chemically, is a substance called adenosine.
Adenosine. And that's just a byproduct of being alive, of using energy.
Exactly. Every time a cell in your body does anything, adenosine is the waste product. So as you go through your day, it just accumulates in your brain. And as the levels rise, you feel sleepier. It's like a pressure valve.
Okay, so adenosine makes me sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
Where does my morning coffee fit into this? Because I'm guessing they're not friends.
They are enemies. But in a really, really specific way, this is the part that just blew my mind. Adenosine and caffeine are chemically almost identical.
No way.
They are off by just one molecule.
So caffeine is like a shapeshifter.
It's an imposter. So in your brain, you have these little parking spots, these receptor sites. And when adenosine parks in one, it tells your brain to slow down.
Okay.
But because caffeine looks so similar, it can slide into those parking spots first.
It blocks the spot.
Right. It doesn't get rid of the adenosine that's still floating around waiting. But because caffeine is blocking the receptor, your brain doesn't get the signal that it's tired.
That makes so much sense. It's like putting a piece of tape over the check engine light in your car.
That is a perfect analogy. The engine's still overheating. You just can't see the warning.
Wow.
And that mechanism is the secret behind the naplet.
Okay, walk me through this.
Yeah.
Because the name implies I'm drinking coffee and then taking a nap, which sounds like the exact opposite of what you should do.
It sounds completely crazy. But in those emergency situations, you know, you only got 3 hours of sleep, you have a huge presentation or a long drive. This is the protocol.
I'm ready.
Step 1, you get a cup of drip black coffee, and he says to put ice in it.
Ice. Why ice?
For speed, you need to chug it, not sip it for 20 minutes. Drink it down fast.
Okay, coffee is chugged. Now what?
Step 2, immediately close your eyes and take a 25-minute nap.
But wait, won't the coffee I just drank keep me awake?
No, and this is the magic. Caffeine takes about 20 to 25 minutes to get from your stomach into your bloodstream and up to your brain. You have a window.
So you're basically racing the caffeine.
You are racing the caffeine, so you fall asleep. And remember, sleep burns off adenosine. So that little 25-minute nap clears out just enough of that sleep pressure. It clears the receptor sites.
Frees up the parking spots.
Exactly. Then, right as you're waking up, the caffeine arrives at your brain.
And it finds all these empty, clean parking spots waiting for it.
It locks in perfectly. Dr. Bruce says this guarantees you high alertness for about 4 hours.
That's actually brilliant. It's like a 1-2 punch against tiredness. I could see that being amazing for that 3 p.m. slump.
It's a really powerful tool. But, and this is a big but, you have to be so careful about when you use caffeine. He has a rule about morning coffee that I have a feeling you are not going to like.
I already hate it. Tell me.
You need to wait 90 minutes after waking up before you have your first cup.
90.
90 minutes.
That's unreasonable. I stumble to the kitchen. The coffee pot's the first thing I look at. Why would I possibly wait?
It goes back to that second system, your sleep rhythm. When you wake up, your body is doing its own work. It's releasing this massive flood of hormones, specifically cortisol and adrenaline, to get you conscious.
It's like nature's caffeine.
Exactly. Your body is caffeinating itself. So if you pour coffee on top of that, you're just putting a stimulant on a stimulant. He says it's like giving a double espresso to someone who just did a line of cocaine.
Okay, that is a vivid image. But what's the actual harm? I like being awake.
The harm is that the caffeine just isn't as effective. You build a tolerance way faster, and you mess with your natural cortisol curve. If you wait 90 minutes, your natural cortisol starts to dip, and then the caffeine can step in and actually do its job.
You get a better bang for your buck.
A much bigger boost, and it lasts longer.
Okay, the science makes sense. I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm just being honest with everyone listening. That is going to be a brutal habit to break.
Right.
What do I do for that 90 minutes? Just stare at the wall?
You hydrate. Dr. Bruce points out that sleep is an incredibly dehydrative event.
Yeah.
Between breathing and sweating, you lose almost a full liter of water every night.
A whole liter?
Yep. So when you wake up, you're not just tired, you're clinically dehydrated. That morning brain fog, a lot of it is just lack of water.
Cool.
So the protocol is wake up, drink about 20 ounces of water, wait 90 minutes, and then you've earned your coffee.
Earn your coffee. Okay, I like that framing. I can work with that. So we've got the chemistry, but we also have to talk about genetics, because the source material goes deep into these chronotypes.
This is huge. A lot of people think being an early bird or a night owl is a choice. You know, you're disciplined if you wake up early, you're lazy if you sleep late.
Right. It's a moral failing.
Bruce says that's absolute nonsense. It's genetic hardwiring.
It's in your DNA.
Specifically, a gene called the PER3 gene. It dictates your whole circadian rhythm. And what's fascinating is the length of this gene actually determines your sleep drive. Long PER3 gene, you need more sleep earlier. Short one, you can get by on less.
And he breaks these down into 4 animals, right? I know the lion and the bear, but he has a couple more. So who are the lions?
The lions are about 15% of us. These are the people who wake up at 5 a.m. without an alarm, and they're just instantly cheerful.
Ugh, my college roommate. Up before the sun, making lists. I hated him.
That's a lion. They're optimistic, type A, but socially, they crash and burn at night. By 9 p.m., a lion is basically a zombie.
Then you've got the bears.
That's most of us, about 55% of the population. The bear cycle just follows the sun. They get up when it's light. They get sleepy when it's dark. Society is built for bears.
The 9 to 5 workday.
That is a bear schedule. Peak productivity is like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Lucky them. But then we have the wolves.
The night owls. About 15 to 20%. These are your creatives, your artists, your risk takers, and Bruce is really passionate about defending them. He says they're constantly shamed for being lazy because they can't wake up at 7 a.m.
But it's not a choice.
It's biology. Their melatonin doesn't stop releasing until much later in the morning. Forcing a wolf to show up for an 8 a.m. meeting is like making a bear work at 3 a.m. Their brain just isn't on yet.
And the last one, this was new to me. Dolphin.
The dolphin, rarest group, maybe 10%. These are your problem sleepers. They're often highly intelligent, neurotic, detail-oriented.
Wired and tired. I saw that phrase.
That's it exactly. Their brain never fully shuts down. Real dolphins sleep with half their brain awake to watch for predators, and these humans kind of do the same thing metaphorically. They struggle with insomnia, they obsess.
So if you're a dolphin, are you just doomed?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But you have to be much more rigid with your routine. You can't just wing it. Knowing your chronotype helps you schedule everything. When to have a tough conversation, when to do deep work, when to exercise, for when your hormones are actually on your side.
Okay, speaking of things you can't control, let's go back to that 3 a.m. wake up. Bruce says it's not psychological, it's biological.
Right. It connects back to your core body temperature. So to fall asleep, your temperature has to drop. That's why we like cool, dark rooms.
Makes sense.
But your body can't just keep getting colder or you'd get hypothermia. So eventually it has to start warming back up. And that warming cycle usually kicks in around 3 a.m.
So the body's internal thermostat turns up, and that little change wakes the brain.
It's a light switch. Everyone wakes up a little bit. The problem isn't the waking up, it's what you do next.
The don'ts. And the biggest one, he says, is do not get up to pee.
Unless you are in actual pain, stay in bed.
This feels risky. I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
But do you really? He suggests just lying flat for like 25 seconds. Often the urge just recedes. The reason is all about heart rate.
Okay.
To fall asleep, your heart rate needs to be below 60 beats per minute. The second you stand up, gravity pulls your blood down, your heart has to pump harder to get it back up, and your heart rate spikes. You are literally waking your body up.
Stay horizontal. Got it. The second don't is obviously the phone.
Yes, but not just because of the blue light. He says the math is actually worse than the light.
The math we talked about at the start.
Exactly. You see, 3:14 a.m., your brain immediately goes, okay, I have 3 hours and 46 minutes left. That calculation itself is a stress response.
And stress means cortisol.
And cortisol is the anti-sleep hormone. You can feel it, that little jolt, the tightness in your chest, the thoughts start racing. That's the cortisol hitting your system.
So, I'm lying there. I'm not peeing. I'm not checking the time. But my heart is still pounding. How do I turn it off?
You need a biological override. And he recommends 4-7-8 breathing.
Walk us through it.
It's simple. You inhale through your nose for a count of 4. You hold that breath for a count of 7. Then you exhale forcefully through your mouth, making a whoosh sound for a count of 8.
This isn't just like a placebo. There's a real mechanism.
Oh, yeah, it's physics. Holding for 7 seconds lets oxygen saturate your blood. The long, forceful exhale for 8 dumps a lot of carbon dioxide, which relaxes your system. But the real trick is the counting.
The focus.
You cannot count to 4, 7, and 8 and worry about that email you forgot to send at the same time. It forces the monkey mind to shut up.
It's a distraction that also physically calms you down.
It's a brake pedal for your nervous system. Do that maybe 10 times and you'll likely be out.
Okay, I want to pivot to lifestyle stuff. Specifically alcohol. Because Dr. Bruce is pretty realistic about this. He's not a monk. He drinks.
He does. But he is crystal clear. Alcohol is the single worst thing for your sleep quality. People think it helps them sleep because it knocks them out.
It's a sedative, right?
It is, but it completely destroys your sleep architecture. It wipes out your deep sleep stages 3 and 4. And that is so critical because deep sleep is when the glymphatic system turns on.
Okay, this was the part of the research that I had to read twice. The glymphatic system. What is actually happening?
Okay, so picture a dishwasher for your brain. During deep sleep, your brain cells literally shrink by about 60%.
What?
They shrivel up to create space between them. Then cerebrospinal fluid rushes into those gaps and literally washes out the metabolic junk that built up during the day.
That is disgusting and also amazing.
It is essential.
Yeah.
And one of the main things it washes out is beta amyloid protein, which is the protein directly linked to Alzheimer's disease.
So when you drink alcohol close to bedtime,
You miss that deep sleep cycle. Your brain cells don't shrink, the dishwasher doesn't run.
you wake up with a dirty brain.
Literally. That hangover feeling isn't just dehydration, it's toxic buildup.
Okay, so if I am going to have a glass of wine with dinner, how do I save my brain?
The rule is simple. Stop drinking 3 hours before bed. And for every alcoholic trick you have, drink 1 full glass of water, 1 to 1.
That seems fair.
Okay.
Now, I have to ask you about the thing from the notes that I honestly thought was a typo. Banana tea.
It is not a
I
typo.
want me to boil a banana.
More specifically, the peel.
The peel. The part that goes in the garbage.
Right. So we know magnesium is incredible for sleep. It's a natural muscle relaxant.
Hmm.
The problem is most of us are deficient. And bananas are famous for potassium, but they're also full of magnesium. But, and here's the key, most of that magnesium is in the skin, not the fruit itself.
Which we don't eat.
Exactly. So his recipe is take an organic banana, and you got to wash it really well, cut the ends off, but leave the peel on, slice it in half, and you boil it in water for about 5 minutes.
You're making banana peel soup.
Pretty much. The boiling water pulls the magnesium out of the skin. Then you just pour the water into a mug. You can add a little cinnamon or honey, and you drink that.
And what's out there? Does this actually work?
It's a huge dose of bioavailable magnesium. It calms the whole nervous system down. It's a completely natural, super cheap sleep aid that actually works.
I am so skeptical. But I think I have to try it. If it tastes awful, I'm blaming you.
I'll take the heat. It's surprisingly mild.
Okay, before we wrap up, we need to touch on something serious. The research highlighted a statistic about sleep apnea that genuinely terrified me.
It should. It is a hidden epidemic. Something like 1 billion people have it, and 80 to 90% of them have no idea. They're undiagnosed.
And I think the problem is the stereotype. I
Yeah,
think sleep apnea, I picture an overweight middle-aged man snoring like a freight train.
that's the classic image, yeah. But it's dangerous because we miss everyone else. Women get apnea, but their symptoms can be different. They might not snore. They might just have morning headaches or anxiety, or they just feel exhausted all the time.
And the stakes are so high. This isn't just about being tired.
Not at all. Apnea means you literally stop breathing. Your oxygen plummets. Your brain panics and jolts you awake just enough to take a breath, but you never get that deep restorative sleep. The research he cites shows untreated apnea increases your risk of Alzheimer's by 45%.
45%. That is a massive number.
It's huge because you never run that glymphatic dishwasher. Your brain is suffocating and just stewing in its own toxins all night.
So the takeaway is,
Mm.
if you snore, if you wake up gasping, if you just feel wrecked after a full night's sleep, get a test.
Just get a test. They have home tests now. It's easy. It could literally save your brain.
We have covered a ton of ground here. We've got the nappa, the 90-minute coffee rule, 4-7-8 breathing, the banana peel soup,
Banana tea?
banana tea.
Right.
And I think what really sticks with me is the why. We're not just trying to be less cranky.
Yeah.
We're trying to literally protect our brains.
He ended with this thought experiment that I just loved. He was asked what he would do if he had a magic wand.
And he didn't say world peace.
No. He said he wished that the entire world could get one perfect night of sleep all at the exact same time.
Which sounds nice, but
But think about it. He believes that if everyone on Earth was fully rested, chemically balanced, low cortisol, high executive function, global conflict would plummet, innovation would spike, we'd just be kinder, more rational human beings.
it reframes sleep. It's not a selfish act, it's almost a community service. When you sleep well, you're a better person for everyone else.
Exactly. You're a better employee, a better partner, a better parent.
So that's our challenge to you listening today. Don't try to do all of this at once. Don't try to boil bananas and delay your coffee and do breathing exercises all tomorrow morning. Just pick one.
Start with the water. Just drink water before your coffee. That's the easiest win right there.
I think I'm going to try the nappa this afternoon. I feel like I need it after all this. Thanks for diving deep with us.
Sleep well, everyone.